Hi Bo, this is your breaststroke on your first lesson. I'm just going to have a quick look through it and then I'm just going to give you a couple of points to think about as you swim. Here we go. Okay, so let's rewind it and then we'll point out the 3 points I asked you to work on. And the first one was the head position. So if we think that our body has got to be as streamlined as possible, that means coming this way, down the middle of the pool, we can see here that this head is looking up towards the ceiling, whereas it should be pointing this way as much as possible to allow you to go into that direction. So your first point would be to, when you breathe, try and have your head pointing this way. So we would have, this is your head, but your eyes would be here, still looking down at the floor, and there's the water line. So we can still get a breath in this part near the water. And then you don't have to nod that head, and that would make you faster. So we can see here, look, we're really lifting that head really high, and then we have to push it back down. Lovely. And when we look under the water, we can see what happens to the body. So the body goes from a lovely spine alignment, so that means I can draw a line from your head down to your toes and everything's in line at this point, even though what we want to do is, coming on to our second point that we said, is that these hands, when they're higher than the head, it's really hard to get a good balance. So instead of this line in the water where our feet are lower than our hands, we would like to see a straight line with our head and our legs behind, nice and straight. So therefore we have to hang the hands a little bit lower in order to lift the legs up towards the surface to there. So when we're gliding in the breaststroke and all the other strokes, I'd like you just to try and hang those hands a little bit lower than they are at the moment, and that'll bring the legs up. And then look what happens to the body when the head is right out of the water. See how everything kind of comes out of balance because the legs are trying to bend. And then I see that really big angle there, so we'd like to get you so that you don't come quite as far out. We've got this shape in the water, we'd like to get more this shape, so you're going to make this the same movement. We're going to bring that head up, but we're going to make this bit and this bit disappear, so you go for a smaller space in the water. Now, just interesting on this one, just watch what your arms do on this recovery. So let's have a look. They go to here, which is nice, and then you do so you see how you're reaching up there. So I want you to reach forwards, and then that'll send you forwards. Okay, good. And focus on your legs. If we look at where the legs are timing, just let's go back here. So the hands have done the pull, and then the arms are coming forward. This is where the legs need to then fire you forwards. It's just a little bit too late. You're already out with your arms and your legs are still kicking. So at this point, the legs should be together. But can you see how wide and low these legs have gone? Whereas if we keep them narrow and we send the power behind us, then that's going to shoot you forwards through the water. Let's look again. So here we can see all the little shapes that we're making, and then you want to time the straightening with the legs with the straightening with the arms. And you see that leg kick, it hardly moved you at all, whereas we should see that leg kick spring you forwards. So instead of this position, we're going to try and get you into this position. Super ball. So, nice one. We'll see what we did when we corrected those little things and whether we made you a little bit faster. Thanks, Bo.